Shifting your perspective. As we go on our healing journey or awakening, we're breaking through fields and mindsets which have us just conditioned, like plugging out, dissociating, ungrounding. And as we're finding our way, we're breaking through to another level of consciousness. And the programming in the system, the entire matrix is built on guilt, shame, fear, and this is manipulating us and playing us. So, if we want to be a good boy or good girl, I must take care of dad, I must take care of mom, we go into people pleasing. So we're then making a realization that I need to protect myself, but by keeping the household calm, by keeping the household calm, I must perform. It's not my truth, but I must perform. So then we learn from childhood, early childhood, that in life we must perform to fit in, to do the right thing. So what is the right thing? Based on society, based on your neighbors, based on your friends, based on the collective field of conditioning, because it is conditioning. So as you break through this matrix, you realize that the entire thing is built up of you navigating from, they're almost like spider webs, and you break free from one, and there's another, and then there's another, and there's another, and there's another, and they're all overlapped. So you're trying to justify why you broke down, so broke through. So when you break through a mindset, the first thing you want to do is hear from the outside world that you're a good boy, you've done the right thing, you're on the right path. But you're asking the exact matrix you dropped out of, am I on the right path? But they're still in it. So you're looking for justification and approval. So when you're breaking free of the matrix, you need to change your perspective. You need to change the way you view yourself, the way you view the world, and know thyself. Go deeper into your truth and stay with that core reason why you broke free. And not look for confirmation on the outside. Have I healed yet? Am I clear yet? Did I do it? Did I do the right thing? Am I on the right path? No, ask yourself these questions. So the collective programming is also a huge field which we must be aware of. There's mass conditioning and programming in the collective field. I'll give you a simple example. I just returned from Ireland, and in Ireland, the laws have changed. For example, if someone has dementia, and they have a credit card, they can hand the credit card over and you can clean the bank account out legally. So the laws have changed against the family who says, okay, this person is not capable. You should take the bank account out of their name, give them back their money. So the collective, this is the danger. The collective system now, because of the law, is programmed to believe that that's the right thing and it's normal. Now, most of the conditioning in the mass collective programming is where it's normalized. It's normalized to abuse people. It's normalized, for example, in my childhood, it was normalized never ask the doctor, never criticize the priest. So the systems, I need to reset the way I see what lens I'm looking through. What lens am I looking through? It's interesting. I went back in Ireland to my local church that I was brought up in early childhood. And for me, when I sort of, my remembrance of that church was guilt, shame, fear, demons, hell. Okay. So now this time I went back to the church, I'm free of that. And I just connected to the energy in the church, which was beautiful, actually. And it was clean. There was no guilt, there was no shame. Because I was looking through the lens of my parents, my ancestors, who believed and have been programmed, including the collective of that time, that there's a hell and you will go to hell. So you're impure. So the minute you step inside that church, you are impure. You must repent. So when I freed myself of this, I was just connected to source, God directly. So you see the way I entered the church again. I entered the church again in a way that I am connected, not through the old guilt, shame, belief systems of fear, anxieties, and hell. I was connected to nature. So I know I always say things are simple when I go back to nature codes, they are simple, but there are these different conditioning and different levels of consciousness which we're breaking free of. And that's what each of the webinar series are about. Each of the webinars is about a different system and a different level of consciousness and breaking free of them. So healing for me is daily interaction with my life and my environment, because what's inside me is a reflection of the hologram which is inside me, and I will recreate that. So for example, if I go off and leave the country, if I haven't worked on the conditioning within me, it's just going to follow me, and I'll recreate the hologram in my life until I deprogram my system and then make new choices and new actions and take full responsibility of everything within my life system and everything around me, and then see it consciously with new lens. So when you look with the new lens, you realize, okay, this is programming, this is games, this is guilt games, this is control, this is manipulation, this is mass programming, mass manipulation of the whole collective. You can see what's happening in the system. So as you break free of it, it's also important to change your perspective and change your lens. Because if you go in with the old lens into a system, you're back to square one again. So for me, it's very important to always, after a cleansing, after a transformation, to change the lens, my perspective, the way I see myself and I see the world. So this is what I want to bring true, strong in this webinar, and reset our lenses, reset our systems, and bring more conscious awareness to our daily interactions in life, to ground it in a way that it's in your life and you full power and responsibility within your life. This is what I want to open up within this space and bring in a new level of consciousness, that you're not run by guilt, people pleasing, shame, resentment, victimhood, to empower and to set yourself free of all the traps of society. I look forward to bringing this in over the weekend. And for me, this is another tool within the system and part of our evolution. These webinars are here to set you free and to give you the tools to be in your responsibility of every daily action. Yes, there's a transformation. Yes, there's a clearing. Yes, there's new information coming through the system, but you take it in your hands and you take action with it yourself if you choose to or not, because it's your journey, not mine. So what I'll be opening up in this is a lot of tools, a lot of consciousness. So you have the toolbox to take it or leave it, work within your system to see if it resonates with you, work through the different levels within you and make it your own, and then go on the journey yourself. So my intention for this is to give you the tools to be empowered, the tools to be free, the tools to set yourself free, the tools not to judge others, because if you judge, you're playing the game again. To really know how the systems work and to work with the game, the play of the universe, and how to remember yourself and how to set yourself free of the entire system, because the entire system is lies. It's based on lies. It's puppeteering. The whole thing is puppeteering in the system. So who's pulling the strings and what's pulling the strings? And if you see them, you can never not see them again. So I'd like to show you how to see who's pulling your strings and who's pulling the strings of everybody around you. This is what I'll bring in this. If this resonates with you and it's something that you'd like to see and like to have those tools, I invite you to be part of this webinar. Thank you.